Hey everybody, welcome to Jen Lowry Writes. I have my dear friend Michelle with me today, and I am so excited about her current project and the opportunities that she has with Grandpa Comes Home. So you guys, let's just all welcome. Welcome.
Everybody, so glad to be here. Thanks, Jen.
You are so welcome. So Michelle, you got to first tell everybody about you and give us a little bit about your background. I am holding one of Michelle's other books, The Girl Who Took a Stand for Education. But tell us more about you.
Sure. So, hi, everybody. I am M. Michelle Derosier. I am an author. I write culturally diverse stories from picture books to novels. So I am Haiti made, Brooklyn bred. So the accent that you hear is an amalgamation of this area in Brooklyn called Flatbush. So it's a West Indian, American, Hispanic. So it's pretty much everybody's accent just pulled into something, and this is what it comes out as. So I am thrilled to be here. I am a writer whose focus is on making a difference in my world for Christ. So I do that through my writing. Not everything is religious based or religious centric, but my purpose is always about honoring Christ and ensuring that I am being a good representation of who he is and showing his love to everybody.
So tell me where the idea for Grandpa Comes Home just originated from.
Okay, so Grandpa Comes Home has been an idea that has been here forever. I have an incredibly close relationship with my grandparents. Thankfully, I lucked out that I had grandparents on my mother's side, and for as long as I was growing up, we kind of moved together in clusters. So it was my grandparents, my mother, my siblings, and then my aunt and my cousin. So we were always either in the same building or next door to each other. So we grew up really tight. So, you know, my grandparents are amazing. My grandmother is a homemaker. She grew up in Haiti. When she came here, she still doesn't speak English. She did not speak English. She tried working out of the home for a little while, but wasn't able to, and then started just being the amazing homemaker that she is. And then my grandfather has been here forever and has been the one who's just been the grounding for our family. So he gave up a lot for himself. So he is somebody who is amazingly adept at picking up on different languages. Like if my grandfather was able to continue with his education, I know that right now he would have a PhD in linguistics. Like all of the things that he had to give up, he willingly gave it up to make opportunities for his children, his grandchildren, and their futures, as well as extended family. So he was able to get all of us to the US, our education. So a lot of the degrees are built on his back. So there's always been this desire in me to just show that kind of appreciation for him. So this book was birthed out of that appreciation and out of that love. And Happy Harper is just this wild, happy, quirky, imaginative little girl who she's Haitian American. She's growing up in Brooklyn. Her one desire in life is to get a pet chicken, and she's trying to convince her parents of the logic of letting her get a pet chicken. So far, it's not working, but don't worry, don't give up on her. She'll find it. So her love for her grandfather mirrors just my love for my grandpa. And for her, she's 5 years old. She's only known her grandfather through videos, through pictures, because he's been in Haiti. It is a story about immigration, but my focus wasn't necessarily on the immigration. It was around what does it mean to be separated to a family. So just because you're separated by distance doesn't mean you're separated by love. So it's this heartfelt space of, oh my God, finally I get to have you next to me, and you're coming here and you're going to live here, and I'm going to show you all the things that make me excited, and we're just going to have all the fun. So I think especially now when we're thinking about the fact with social distancing and with everything that's going on, that separation from loved ones, you can kind of get a sense of what Harper and her grandfather have been feeling, that they've been apart for so long, but now she finally gets to see him. And then the first book, Grandpa Comes Home, is really just about that day, how they're preparing the house for his welcome, how they go and get him and pick him up at the airport. And then when they come home, this huge party that they have for just the family. And really, it's just that kind of emotional reconnection that finally somebody that I love, all the people that I love are in that same space with me where I want them to be. So
this is a book we need. I love it. I can't wait to own it. I am so excited for you. This story is just endearing and loving and identifies the heart of a family.
Mm-hmm.
It is family. And I'm just like, I cannot wait for all of this to come your way. So tell us about, illustrations and what happens next for you. Like, what do you need? And tell us about your project.
Sure. So we are working. So I have relaunched a crowdfunding campaign with this wonderful organization called I Fund Women that support women entrepreneurs. So it helps them to get the initial seed that they need to launch whatever entrepreneurship project that they have. So I am raising $12,000 to bring the illustration, to complete the illustration, as well as to do an initial round of making this into a media series, so a web series. So we're just trying to get the animation, a really rough first draft of the animation done to see what it looks like, and then to move forward from there. But eventually I do want this to be an animated series as well as the book series. So if you think about Dora the Explorer, so you get the TV shows, I don't know if Dora has books, but maybe.
Yes, Dora has books.
Okay, so you get the books.
So happy Harper, take over.
Yes, there is an entire cast of characters for her. So there's definitely a lot to show. So this is just one of the first books, but I really wanted to start with Grandpa Comes Home because it really just gets to the heart of her excitement and then this family's love.
So when you were first talking with me about the book and I heard you say, this is the one, I was thinking, okay, this is a true series. This is a longevity thing for you, Michelle. Mm-hmm. So you just love the character. You love the story. I can tell that it's a personal.
It is
an honor for you.
It really is. And I think, I've been published differently. This I'm doing as an indie author. And I think for a lot of authors, you kind of have to balance, what are the projects that you want to go the traditional route? And then what are those projects that you feel like you really want as much creative control over as you can possibly can, and as much ownership over as you can possibly can. And I had gone back and forth on whether or not I was going to pitch this to be a traditional project, but ultimately, even though it's taken me much longer, I think it's the right decision in the long term to try to do this as an indie project and really try to keep as much ownership over it as possible, and to really identify what other artists I can bring in who are also indie artists and make opportunities for them as well. So I really see this as a long-term opportunity, not just for me, but to open doors for other indies who, whether you're authors, animators, illustrators, just kind of bringing you into that fold.
Which I love, which that means that you are accepting the call And then you are being led by the Spirit for the right choices for you and for the project.
Yeah.
So I see the blessings all over this. And I just know that it is going to have its time. It's going to have its day. And Happy Harper is going to make it out there in the world. Like, with God's timing, it will be there, because there is one thing I know about you, Michelle, is that you have this perseverance, this go-getter attitude, to continue to pour the work and the energy and the love that you have over this project, and it will find its way to the light. I do see that.
Oh, that's really so sweet. Thank you so much.
You have just not only just the entrepreneur spirit, but you just have this go get it attitude. This is what I see. No matter how long it has taken, you have not given up on this path.
Yeah.
And so, like, a lot of times you can hear people say, well, I tried this and I just came across this dead end and I had this obstacle. And it can be this give up period or a break period to just kind of refocus and really, pray over it and work that time on other things and still continue to build. But you have just continued to push through because you see that final.
Yeah. And I think, again, as creatives, as authors, we have to give ourselves permission for the moments where we're like, this isn't working. I just want to give up. I just want to quit. And I have had so many of those moments, and it's perfectly okay. And then you have to let yourself be in those feelings. But I also remember that feelings aren't facts. So I'm feeling this now. I'm feeling like a failure. I'm feeling like everything I tried, doors aren't opening. But I know who has my path. So when I am feeling that way, then that means that the person that I need to have my eyes on, I've taken my eyes off. And so if I go back into the word, if I pray, if I really take the time to be like, look, Jesus, I have nothing to do with this. This is going to succeed or fail on your shoulder. Because, I have been praying about this. I have been asking you. You didn't say no. So I know that's not it. You just haven't said yes yet. So I'm handing this back to you. So I think as entrepreneurs, as artists, as creatives, as writers, it's okay to have that moment where you're just like a couple of moments, multiple moments where you just want to quit, but also coming back to why am I doing this? And if that why still matters to you, if there's still a purpose beyond yourself, if there's still something that you see, then you just keep pushing, because there is a unique story that only you can tell. So tell that unique story. Somebody else is going to connect with it.
Okay, so I have seen the website. I have seen everything. I've dropped it into the description. It's in the chat. And for those of you who are listening to the audio version, please come over to YouTube so you can meet Michelle, see Michelle, and she's about to share her screen, because I want you guys to see some of this preliminary love that she's put in to Happy Harper and share that I Fund Women campaign. That way people will be able to see that, because I've read the whole thing, even your why and your breakdown and your whole business plan pretty much. So you could share that with everybody now, and that way they get to see what I saw.
Okay, great. So I will go ahead and share.
Okay.
All right, so I can't see if you're seeing my screen, but Jen, you can direct me and let me know if you're seeing my screen.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the page for that Happy Harper campaign. So we are so grateful for everybody who has taken an opportunity to make an investment in this campaign. And so far, 26 funders have invested almost 3,800. So I am I am a word person, not necessarily a math person. So 12,000 minus 3,800, you get the answers. So we are still looking for that additional funding to reach the 12,000. So this is an intro video. So it's about a minute-ish, 2 minutes, that gives you an overall introduction into the project, some of the things that I touched on today. It also gives you just a breakdown of the project in written form. So this is a section in the book. So sharing phone calls and photos with Grandpa was fun, but Harper wanted to see his dark brown eyes twinkle and to giggle when he made his bushy eyebrows dance. So this is Grandpa. So Grandpa is quite stylish, and his suit. So my grandfather was a suit wearer as well. His hat and his awesome beard. The illustrator that I started working with did an amazing job, but she had some health issues and had to quit. So we are looking for a new illustrator, but this is version 1 of Grandpa. So why Grandpa Comes Home matters. So, really just looking at some of this, that distance is the biggest barrier for grandparents to see their grandchildren. So this is an AARP survey done just this past year about, and this was even before social distancing. So imagine now, how grandparents and grandchildren are feeling being away from each other. So why Happy Harper? So I just put the latest stats out there. It's not encouraging at all to see just the representation. So the own voices who are sharing their stories and their characters are minimal. So, everybody should have the opportunity to shape the narrative for themselves. So that's why Happy Harper. And then why Brooklyn? So, like I said, I am a Brooklyn Haitian, so that is unique from a Haitian, that is unique from a Florida Haitian, that is unique from a New Jersey Haitian. We Brooklyn Haitians like to think we are the best. Anybody from Brooklyn, we are always, anybody says, where are you from? Brooklyn will always stand up and say, Brooklyn! So we do think that we are our own country. So, so the Brooklyn that I grew up with, so we didn't really grow up with a lot of money, but we grew up with a lot of adventure. So my mother, I like to call her the MTA queen. So whether it was the trains, the buses, we have something called dollar vans here. Whatever it was, or whether it's just our feet when we didn't have enough money, we were always up and down, going around Brooklyn, going around the city just to explore different things. And so I grew up with my imagination being fed. So anything to me can be an adventure. I'm never really bored. So this is the kind of personality that Happy Harper has, where everything is an adventure to her. Like, she sees shapes in clouds where you just see clouds. She sees, color where you just see darkness. So she really just goes around Brooklyn just exploring with her family. Why a pet chicken? Because we're a little weird, and that's perfectly okay. Like this thing says, the world can be amazing when you're slightly strange. So
I want to tell you something. My mom was raised on a farm, and she had chickens, and they were her pets, and she refused for anyone to mess with her chickens. Listen, my mama's name is Betty. Okay. And she named one of her chickens Betty. So you talking about unique. She named a chicken after herself.
Oh, that's great.
But she named the other one Billy.
Billy and Betty.
Okay. And then that ended up being her husband's name. My daddy's name was Billy. No, she had pet chickens and she named them Billy and Betty.
Oh my God. No joke.
So when we moved, when they moved around, and when we moved into town, we had chickens in town. Okay, this is just something you don't do.
Okay.
But when my mom was older, she looked at my dad and she was like, I want my chickens back. So my dad went all out in the country buying chickens for my mama and putting them in town in our backyard, just letting them, if she didn't want them in like any kind of hen house, anything, she wanted them to roam free. So we just had some chickens. I just want to let you know that's not, well, maybe my mom was unique.
Oh my God, absolutely. Oh, that is
Still
such
named them
a
Billy and
story.
Betty. Yeah. And so we have pictures of the original first set that my dad bought her, and they're framed in our kitchen. So it's not just like a random chickens in a frame. It's actually mom's pet chicken.
Oh my God. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know how yet, but we have to figure out how to get your parents into the book.
They are there in spirit. Trust me. Trust me. Just that whole her wanting a pet chicken, she was like channeling the whole spirit of my mom.
Oh my God, that is such an endearing story. Oh my God, I love your mom. And your poor dad, how in love is he that he's just like,
yeah,
well, you want your chickens, so I'm just gonna find a way to get you your chickens.
Exactly.
Oh, I love it.
I love your breakdown. I love it. You've got everything covered, Michelle.
Oh, yes. So obviously you're making an investment into this campaign, and we want to be very transparent about where your investment is going. So this is a rough breakdown of the cost that we have, I say we, but me, a rough breakdown of the cost that I have done.
It's we, it's you and the Holy Spirit. It is a
we. It is a we, so I take that back. It's a we. So a good portion of it is going to go into, so if you, we'll show the rewards in a second. Depending on your reward, you're actually pre-ordering a book. So the hardcover for the book, a good portion of it will go to the printing, and then we have illustrations and cover design, and then for shipping, and then the general campaign fees, because again, I am a strong supporter of people getting paid what they are worth. And I have, complete side note, I'm part of the National Writers Union, and I work on the contracts and grievances for writers. And I have seen writers not getting paid what they're worth. So I am always a champion of everybody. You put in the work, you put in the effort, you deserve to be paid. So the campaign fees for I Fund Women, they've been amazing. So that's their campaign fees. For the digital piece, again, I'm really trying to make this into just an entire media. So the voice animation as well as the digital animation are going to be first draft testing of probably just Happy Harper to start, and then eventually just seeing how that works out. So this is just kind of how do I get my feet wet in the voice and digital animation piece to start getting it there. So why are you investing? Because this project is something that I think is of value for kids across this country, across this world, to really, its importance is that kids should feed their imagination and they should be able to tell their own stories. So we're encouraging them to just be able to explore, to be unique. We're encouraging them to just be able to, live and be happy and just be joyful. There's a lot of sadness in this world. There's a lot of reasons to be sad in this world. So if we can find a way to bring joy and allow kids to feed their imagination, that's what we want to do.
Love.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Michelle.
No, I just wanted to show some of the rewards. So you can make a contribution, however you're led to make the contribution, whatever is comfortable for you. As a general contribution, we also have some breakouts. So if you want to pre-order a book, that minimum contribution is $20. So you get a hardcover of the book and one customized bookmark.
Wait, that's awesome.
Oh, go ahead, say that again.
That is awesome. The hardcover, that is a great perk, everybody. For real. Go ahead, sorry. I got excited.
No, go ahead. You should just walk around with me and just everything I say, you should say it's awesome.
Well, it is. I was like, oh, you know how much I love to buy books.
I know. I was really trying to just make sure that it was a good balance of cost and value. So the next level is the $50. So it includes the hardcover and ebook, as well as a couple of exclusive bookmarks that are Happy Harper and Brooklyn themed. The next level there is a signed cover of the book, and then bookmarks as well. And then you have one with a personalized note that you can let me know. This one, if you can get it for you, but if you have nieces, nephews, your children, your grandchildren, those are good ones for it as well. So this one is my favorite. It's the personalized tour and homemade feast. So my mother is not on Yelp, but my mother is an amazing cook. She doesn't consider herself a chef, but she is an amazing Haitian cook. So one of my favorite dishes that she makes is lambi, which is a traditional Haitian dish that's conch. It's a seafood. And then she does it with black rice. The black rice gets its coloring from dried mushroom. And the lambi dish is with crabs, it's with beef. She could make it vegetarian if you're vegetarian. It's with all these wonderful vegetables. So I kind of just decided that my mother was gonna cook a whole feast, a whole Haitian feast for 5 people. So that's why it's limited to 5, because she's gonna be like, excuse me? So
you can tell her later, Michelle.
I can tell her later, but I always volunteer her for stuff. She loves cooking for people, so it's perfectly fine. It would be included with the book, and then it would be a day spent with me where I'm giving you a personalized tour of Brooklyn, not the Brooklyn that just is, that other people see, trying to really give you a sense of the Brooklyn that I grew up with, all of the Caribbean culture, all of the melting of Brooklyn that I experienced. And then it would end with this home cooked feast. So so there are only 2 left for that one. The next level is being a character in the book. So that one, there's only 2 of those rewards, so 1 left right now. And I have a special treat if you're buying this for a pet, especially if it's a pet chicken. I have an extra special surprise for you.
We need pet chickens in our life, guys. I have saved videos of how to build hen houses.
Oh, okay.
So just to let you know, that's also coming in my life in the future.
I can see you as definitely owning chickens.
Yes.
And then the last reward is just the one, and it's an opportunity to bring the whole shebang to a school. So we'll be providing the books for up to 60 students, and then I'll be making an author visit, making it a whole day. It can be in person if you're based in person, although here I don't think there are any real in-person classes anymore. So it will just have to be local, but I can also do it virtually. And like I said, will there be a live chicken? I don't know. Will the entire class swim back and forth to Haiti? No idea. but we're just gonna find out. So that's why I can only make it one reward, because things will happen. I promise you, teachers, librarians, principals, nobody will get hurt. The school might be a little messy, but whatever. We can clean it up later. Don't worry about it. So
love it.
So yeah, that is the campaign. So although we do have 78 days left on the campaign, there is an opportunity that has been made available that we need to get up to 30 funders by this Tuesday, so tomorrow.
Oh,
so if you are interested in investing in Happy Harper Grandpa Comes Home, we would super appreciate it if you could make that investment sooner rather than later, especially if you can make it by tomorrow. That would be awesome. And anything that you share, anything that you invest, anything that you provide for support is so greatly appreciated. And you can be on the ground floor of something that I am hoping will be a very long-term beloved character for years to come.
Oh, Michelle. So that means today we are sending out this live video all over the place. We want you to share it out with your friends and relatives. Please pass the word along. We have until tomorrow, and we need 4 more to get Michelle's goal of the 30. But then we have 78 days left for that total project.
Absolutely.
So we are praying that it will be provided for. Michelle, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you so much. And I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate your support. If you guys don't know, Jen and I are part of Jen's group, the Writing Warriors for Jesus. And, you know, WWJ has been an incredibly supportive space to be able to work with other writers who are on a mission to make a difference in their world for Christ, and to think about the craft of writing, the business of writing, the writing of writing, you know, everything that comes with writing, and to really have that support system. So this is a wonderful group to join if you're looking for a support system too. So I highly encourage it, because, you know, we're awesome. So you'll meet other awesome women who are writers and who are really focused on making a difference in this world.
Which is exactly what Michelle is doing with Happy Harper and Grandpa Comes Home.
Thanks.
I know that I am going to do a donation today.
Aww.
And I definitely want that hardcover, that bookmark. As soon as I started right when I saw it, I was like, that's me. Right there, I'm claiming one of those. And I'm doing it as soon as we get off live.
Awesome.
So I want everybody to know that I bet Michelle might be refreshing that I Fund Women page. Okay, we can get one more. We can get one more. And all we need is 4 for that next opportunity for you.
Yes, only 4. Just 4.
4! Just 4 tomorrow. Yeah, 4. Come on.
Yeah, come on, guys. Yeah.
We can do this, and I know that it can happen. So I am going ahead and out there and speaking blessings and prayers for you, Michelle. And I just know in God's time, and it will be. Happy Harper and Grandpa Comes Home is going to be amazing for children and families and teachers like me who are always looking for diverse books. Add them to our bookshelves. Yeah. So I am going to champion you and your work.
Thank you.
And your pet chicken.
My pet chicken.
Do you know what Happy Harper would want to name that chicken?
Oh, we do not know yet.
I
mean, there's Betty and Billy, so I don't think we're going to take that, but.
Hey, let Harper find her own voice. Yes, she will have a lovely name for her own chicken.
She absolutely will.
So, Michelle, I put down your website, too, so people could find you.
Awesome.
I put down the I Fund Women campaign.
Okay.
So they got that. And where else can they find you on social media? Because you're out there moving and shaking.
I am. So I am on Twitter and I am on Instagram, writer Derosier. So it's writer Derosier. So come and say hi. I love to chat with folks, and I also write other things. So check it out and see if you're interested. Again, culturally diverse stories from picture books to novels.
Yes. All right. So thank you so much. I got to get off of here because I'm getting ready to go and donate to your campaign.
Oh, awesome.
So guys, love you. Thanks for joining us. Love you, Michelle.
Love you. Thank you guys. Bye.